It's just nice to not be thinking about anything else, or nothing else matters right now apart from this one thing.
Someone once described it as like an animal instinct, because it's just instinctual.
There's nothing better than the feeling of, yeah, I feel really frustrated, I get to go and hit people over today, and they want me to do it as well.
We all want to be the best. We are known as a competitive team.
It does become your life, whether you like it or not.
I always thought it would be a hobby, and a lot of people would say this is a hobby, but it's not. This isn't a hobby. This is like a life.
Hello and welcome to today's broadcast, brought to you by Cardiff's very own Tiger Bay Brawlers. Roller derby originated in the USA and is now increasingly popular in the UK. The game is played on a flat track and each player wears roller skates, elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads and helmets. Each team has 5 players, 4 in front called the blockers and 1 behind the jammer. Both teams skate together counterclockwise around the track. The bout is played in 2 periods of 30 minutes. A period is called jams. A group of 8 players at the front is called the pack. The pack is made up of players who play the position of blockers, and the 2 jammers go behind the pack. Jammers are the most important players on the track. They are especially noted and marked out by the stars on their helmets. When the whistle is blown, the 2 jammers try to skate their way through the pack and out the other side. Sounds easy, I hear you say, but not so. The opposing team will use their hips, bum and shoulders to stop the jammer from passing, so players can expect a few bruises. When 2 bodies make contact on the track, it is called a block. The first jammer out of the pack is then ready to start scoring. They earn points every time they legally pass a member of the opposing team. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. There are, however, no points for illegal passes. Any player who performs an illegal block will earn a penalty. Elbows, tripping, back blocking and passing out of bounds is illegal, and any player who receives a major penalty earns 1 minute in the penalty box. The jam ends when the lead jammer places their hands on their hips or when 2 minutes has passed. A new jam begins after 30 seconds and it starts again. Thank you for tuning in to Tiger Bay's Basics of Roller Derby.
If I'm ever having like a bad day, or you're just not feeling too great, even if for a second you don't really want to go to practice because that's how bad your day is, as soon as you get there and as soon as you start skating, you definitely forget it all. So it is a form of escapism. My plan is just to get Tiger Bay as far as we can possibly go. While I can captain and while I'm coaching, I just want to keep pushing us, and I want us to progress as quickly as we have been for the next 2 years.
There could have been more recycling, even though it's a drill. Let's not forget, let's bridge out, let's recycle, let's take it.
She sets goals without us even realising. And I think the drive that she's had as a coach has changed the way that we perform, definitely.
I enjoy coming to every session, and I enjoy the fitness aspect of it, and then so then the team, and then you sort of get competitive, and then that fuels you to like keep going. And it just seems that ever since I've started, there's always been like another challenge that I want to keep going and get better.
it can get pretty stressful, and you know, there are times where you can get a bit fed up with it all because it is so much work, and you do prioritize it over other things, and then, you know, other things start to suffer and you can wind yourself up. Not that anyone's to blame, like, it's my fault, you know, I've chosen this.
It goes above most things, and I think, you know, it can cause troubles in relationships, but you always think, oh yeah, but I'll go to roller derby and it'll be fine.
When you start roller derby, you hear a load of cliches. Like, at the time you obviously don't know they're cliches, but now I do. And one of them is that if you've got a boyfriend when you start derby, unless he gets involved in the sport, you're not going to be with him for long. So derby widows, they're called, the boyfriends or husbands of girls who play roller derby.
Sometimes your life priorities change, but I think in most cases it is for the better, and everyone gets such a lot out of playing that it incites that passion, and yet will change everything in your life just so you can go to training. It's kind of cool to have a sport like that, I think.
We have a drill that we work on, which is, you know, we're trying to train like muscle memory to the second you hit the floor, you get straight back up. Because that's what you need to do. Like, obviously if you've broken something, it's a different story. But when it comes to like bruises and stuff, bruises, whatever. No big deal. Ahead of men's soccer in a college, but it's not like I set out to become a roller derby coach because my dad does it and I want to be like that, but I do look to him for advice. You know that 9 times out of 10 any sports issue, like team related issue that's going on, another sports team has had it or is having it. And from talking to my dad, I can see that's totally true, because even though it's a completely different sport, I'll say, you know, I'll give a scenario of, oh, there's a bit of tension in the league because of this. Yeah, that happened and you need to do this, this and this. And I'm like, yeah, totally. It still amazes me how amazed people get when I say how much we train. Like, you just watch that game, like, what do you think we do? Like, just turn up once a month and do that and then that's it.
Getting ready for our bout against Glasgow later, which is very exciting. The last time we met, Glasgow won, and not by too small a margin either. So it'll be very interesting to see what the score is this time.
Willing to die because
Tiger Bay mean a hell of a lot to me. Everything I say, think to say, sounds really cheesy, but it is just like a second family, you know. I've made friends with people that, you know, I would never have even met, let alone become that close to. And I just want the best for every person on the league, as well as the league as a whole, you know. Yeah, they mean a lot to me.